In my opinion, one of the greatest boxing cards ever has just dropped and has been announced. Absolutely unbelievable. I think this is probably the best boxing card of this generation of boxing, at least, and possibly the best card we've seen. Honestly, it's absolutely unbelievable what Turki Alalshikh, Eddie Hearn, and Frank Warren have pulled off here. Honestly, it is absolutely unbelievable, to be completely honest with you. Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol as the main event rematch has just been announced. Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker in the co-main event. Oh my word, unbelievable. Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield. Carlos Adams versus Hamza Shiraz. Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Israel Madrimov. Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith. And Zili Zhang versus Ajit Kabayel. Absolutely unreal card. Honestly, you can't miss a single fight on this. It is absolutely unbelievable, to be completely honest. Absolutely outstanding. I can't believe that Turki Alalshikh has pulled this madness out of the bag, to be completely honest with you. I'm absolutely over the moon with what I'm seeing here. Absolutely outstanding card. Elite boxing card that we've got here, to be completely honest. Absolutely unreal. We're going to go through every single fight. We're going to talk a bit about them. But honestly, before we do that, though, Turki Alalshikh is saved boxing. Like, it's official right now. Turki Alalshikh has saved boxing. Honestly, the man has he's united Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, and those two are pulling off madness. Their friendship's so great to see as well. And Turki Alalshikh forever always putting his money so that way we can get the best, most entertaining fights possible. Honestly, unreal, to be honest with you. It's the perfect card. It is the perfect card, this. Like, you couldn't really ask for anything better than this card that we've got here. It's one of the greatest that we've ever seen, without a shadow of a doubt. Every single fight on this card is entertaining. There's not one fight that you look at and are like, this might be a bit of a snooze fest. No, there's not one fight that you think there's going to be a snooze fest. This is clear of every single Saudi Arabia card so far, possibly other than the Day of Reckoning, but I still think this is probably better than that. But, it's better than the Joshua Ngannou card. It's better than Joshua Dubois. It's better than Fury Ngannou. It's better than both Fury and Usyk cards. It's absolutely unreal. It's better than Beterbiev versus Bivol 1. It's honestly absolutely outstanding, in my opinion, this card. We're going to go through the fights now. So first of all, Zili Zhang versus Ajit Kabayel. How does this fight go down? Early predictions, of course. I'm going to talk a bit about them. As of now, I'm probably leaning towards Ajit Kabayel to win. I think Kabayel's gonna prove quite a few people wrong here, and I've been following Kabayel for a bit of time now, and I've been backing him, and I'm backing him once again here. I knew he'd beat Nurmagomedov. I said he'd beat Frank Sanchez. I'm saying he's gonna beat Zili Zhang. Ajit Kabayel right now is in the prime of his career, and he can box very well. He moves very well, and I think he's gonna be too quick for Zhang. I think Kabayel, his movement's very underrated. Kabayel's good up close and, can be good behind the jab as well. I think, Zhang as the southpaw could cause Kabayel problems. It's going to be a good fight. I think Kabayel might actually stop Zhang in this fight, to be honest with you. I really do. I think Kabayel's going to be able to really overwhelm Zhang to the body. That's what I'm saying. I think Ajit Kabayel's going to win. I might change my mind closer to the time, but as of now, I'm saying Ajit Kabayel's going to win this fight. Zhang's 41 now. Zhang's bound to hit Father Time at some point, and I think it might show in this fight against Kabayel. But Kabayel's really going to force it on him. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm going with Ajit Kabayel to win. Next up, we got Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith. This is a class British fight that I wanted. I said it in a video over the weekend. I want Joshua Buatsi or Anthony Yarde versus Callum Smith, and we've got this one. Who do I think is going to win? It's a real 50-50. I'm thinking Joshua Buatsi, to be honest. I'm thinking Joshua Buatsi. Buatsi, I think, might be a bit too agile for Callum Smith, and I think might be a bit too slick at times. You know, Callum Smith's good up close. He's good behind his jab as well. But I think Buatsi might be a bit too quick with his footwork. I think his punches are quick and he can put his combos together nicely as well. It's a tough one, but I don't see. I don't think Buatsi's going to lose this. I think Buatsi's going to win. I'm going to say this fight goes the distance and it could be close. But I'm going to say that Joshua Buatsi gets the job done here. Again, it's one where my mind might change closer to the time, but I'm not sure I will on this one. I think Buatsi will win, but it is 50-50. I can see both ways, but yeah, I've got to say Buatsi. Next up, Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Israel Madrimov. Obviously, Madrimov needs to get through a fight on the Fury Usyk card against Borishuk, which is going to be a good fight. But I think Madrimov will win that one. Will he beat Vergil Ortiz Jr.? This is such a hard one to predict. Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Israel Madrimov. I'm gonna go Madrimov. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go Madrimov. This is one that I think my mind might actually change, to be honest. But I'm going to say Israel Madrimov gets the win here. I really do rate Madrimov very highly. And, you know, he's got more experience than people think. He's got a great amateur background. He's very promising. He's very, very, very awkward, Madrimov is. And he gave Crawford a great one for his money and made that fight ridiculously close, in my opinion. That was a very close fight against Crawford. I think Madrimov can win this. I think he can outpoint Vergil Ortiz Jr. I do. Ortiz has got big, big, big power, but Madrimov's a very tough man. And, you know, Madrimov's difficult to hit as well. Madrimov's very confusing. Madrimov always is making you think. I think Israel Madrimov might be a bit too confusing for Ortiz. And I think Madrimov is going to be able to outpoint Vergil Ortiz Jr. via decision. That's what I'm going to say. But my mind could change here. But I'm going to say Israel Madrimov gets the job done. That's what I'm going to say. And then next up, we've got Carlos Adams versus Hamza Shiraz. Another bloody 50-50 fight. I'm gonna back Hamza Shiraz, but I don't know. I'm gonna back Hamza Shiraz to win. It's a real 50-50 one. Both guys ridiculously skilled. It's a really tough one. Again, this is another fight which I see going the distance. I think Shiraz is going to be able to do enough, though. I think Shiraz is just relentless with his work. I mean, Adams is good. He's slick as well with what he does. Good boxer who's got power as well. But I think right now is Hamza Shiraz's time, and I think Hamza Shiraz, I think he's absolutely class. I think it's Hamza Shiraz's time. I'm going to say Shiraz gets the win, but, you know, I'm not overly sure. I reckon my mind could change on this one as well, but I don't know. But I'm going to say Hamza Shiraz wins, but absolutely class fight that they put together here. Absolutely class fight. Next up, we've got Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield. I'm going to say Shakur Stevenson wins this, but Floyd Schofield can win. I reckon it might be a bit too early for Floyd Schofield. I reckon it's going to go the distance. Schofield's going to get some success, but he looked sloppy at times in his most recent one. I mean, it's not like Shakur's been looking great recently, but, you know, he's a difficult man to hit. He's a difficult man to hit. I want to see a better performance from Shakur here. I mean, Floyd Schofield could win if Shakur's messing about and not on his game, but I reckon when Shakur Stevenson's up against another decent boxing mind, I think that's when Shakur Stevenson's at his best. And that's what's going to happen here. Shakur Stevenson's going to be able to outsmart Schofield. Schofield's still a young guy. He's got time on his side. But, I mean, I don't think he's going to beat Shakur. I think this is too soon. And this is one which, it's a good fight, but I don't see my mind changing on this one. I'm pretty sure Shakur's going to be able to outpoint Schofield, overwhelm him a bit, and Shakur's going to take over more and more as the fight goes on. But Schofield can make some rounds close, but I'm going to go with Shakur Stevenson be too quick, too slick for Schofield. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Next up, Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker. I'm going with Joseph Parker, but this is going to be a really tough fight. Again, another 50-50 fight, and this is one my mind could change on. But right now, I'm saying Joseph Parker gets the win. I think Parker's going to be... I think Parker could outsmart him and outbox Daniel Dubois, to be honest. Parker needs to stick behind that jab. Parker needs to be clever with what he does. I mean, look at, I think Parker really does need to try and take the front foot, take center ring, leave room behind him so he can back up at times as well, get in and out of there with the work he does. I think it'll be good if Parker can approach the fight like how he did in similar fashion to how he beat Deontay Wilder. Try and back him up in that corner, become explosive at times at some unpredictable moments. But again, you never know. Dubois can catch you coming in. Dubois got some deadly power in his hands. And, Dubois doesn't think too much. I mean, he did against Usyk. Dubois did time his moments well, but against AJ, he was going all out for it. It's going to be interesting because you don't know what version of Daniel Dubois you're going to get. But I'm going to say Joseph Parker wins this on points. Okay, next up, we've got Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol, the rematch. I'm basically saying mostly every fight goes a distance here, aren't I? Jesus Christ. Apart from the Zhang versus Caballero one. I've got Dimitri Bivol winning this on points. I'm saying this is another one which is going the distance. Surely they're not all going to go the distance. Surely not. But, I mean, I reckon Shiraz can knock out Adams, to be fair, possibly. But, yeah, I'm going with Dimitri Bivol to win this rematch against Beterbiev. Then it sets up a trilogy. Bivol, I think, is going to make the right adjustments here. You could tell, I thought Bivol won the first fight. I thought he was unlucky not to be given the decision. I think Bivol's going to win it. Bivol needs to, play this one smart. And it'd be interesting. I reckon Bivol's going to take more risks this time as well. And that's going to be the interesting thing. I think Bivol's going to take more risks. He knows what he's up against now. And I think Bivol's going to make those slight adjustments. And I think Bivol's going to be more convincing this time. Even though obviously Beterbiev won the last one. But I thought Bivol won. And I think Bivol's going to be more convincing than what he was with the work he's doing. I think Bivol's going to be throwing punches with more intent than what he was doing in the first fight. Even though he was throwing some good power punches. But I think Bivol's going to put his combinations better. I think Bivol's going to be more active as well. Bivol needs to keep the same pace because as the fight went later, Beterbiev was coming back into it more. But I think Bivol knows he needs to pace himself better than what he did in the first one. And that is what I think he will do. So I'm going to go with Dimitri Bivol to win this fight. But it's a very interesting fight. It's a very interesting one. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm just glad that Turki Alalshikh, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Boxer as well with Ben Shalom. They've all put on an absolutely great card here, to be completely honest with you. They've put on an absolutely fantastic card. One of the best cards we've probably ever have seen in boxing. And, it's absolutely unbelievable boxing right now. It's at its peak. I mean, obviously, we went through years where we weren't getting the fights that we wanted. But now we are ever since Turki Alalshikh has stepped in. And I really do think that this is one of the best cards ever where we got some great 50-50 fights. You can't miss any fight on the card. We got some great boxing minds on this card as well with some good power punches. We got a good solid mix of fighters here with a good mix of weight divisions. And, that's what you like to see at the end of the day. That's what you like to see. Some great fights on this card. Every single fight's a great fight on this card. You can't miss any of them. Absolutely class. I can't wait for February 22nd.